He is indeed a Palu player. He briefly hovered over plant for a hot sec. I'm like, no, no. The Mage plant would be something. I think it would go hard, but, you know. Which is a bold statement, because, oh, this is not winners finals. This is,
You're correct. It's, losers quarters.
Yeah, this is losers quarters.
Huge losers quarters moment. Mexican versus Mage. We'll see how this goes. Cope just quick drawing right off that. Mono reticle. Not having any of that, actually. Mexican kind of starting off pretty strong here. Not having to deal with the Palu tax yet, though.
Alright. Nair coming out. Oh, another Nair coming out. Another Nair coming out. Another Nair coming out.
It's almost like it's a really good option for at low percent.
Almost like we have Ike Palu on screen.
This is definitely like the first 3 months of Ultimate kind of vibes.
Yeah.
These characters are very, very strong in this deck. Okay, dash attack again.
Yeah. And like, you know, Ike fell off, but you know, they're Palu though.
They totally
Surely
did.
she's no longer strong. Well, but now Palu sent back to the heavens from whence she came.
Yeah. That move is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you guys remember, one of the last patches, they actually buffed that move. Make it like super, super strong.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you know, Ike low-key is not that bad in the current meta. We've been, honestly, Ike has seen a bit of a resurgence in the meta.
Yeah.
Like, there has been more and more Ike players that have slowly come out of the woodworks to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, Mexican has been a staple of SoCal for a long time, but, like, beyond Mexican, like, more, you know, people have done stuff with the character.
Yeah, I think Raven King has kind of like been trying to make it work with by co-maining Joker and Ike, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good game plan to have, but at the local level, I think Ike is definitely solo main viable, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Like, tomorrow, Oxy's playing CSUF, who has a couple of very strong Ike players on their roster. So...
Oh, damn.
That's unfortunate.
Teleport things happen, you know?
I say that's always the danger of having, you know, war, is that you don't quite see where you're going until it's a little bit too late sometimes.
Exactly. Okay,
Down throw.
we get attacks here.
There. That down throw is interesting because there's such a massive tree over whether or not they DI in or out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, regardless of what happens, you're still getting at least a little bit of damage.
Mm-hmm.
I believe down throw is going to be confirming into the back air at these percents as
It
well.
did indeed. You just saw it confirm into back air.
Very reliable way to get a ledge trap started.
Yeah, although notably not true. Like, that's...
Yeah. And I think that, like, there's some, like, fancy Palu things you can do to make it true or something. I don't know. I'm not going to... But I have, like, heard some chatter
we
about
can
that.
talk to Mage or something after this,
Exactly.
you know, if we really want to figure that out.
Certainly.
You know, we have the Let's Learn Palu with Gossamer and Famous, you know?
But catching that quick draw.
Yeah, I know. Mexican quickly learning about Palu himself.
Yep, Mage bringing this all the way back. Looking real strong.
A great air dodge up. You know, catching Mexican. His Mage was probably expecting him to go for an up B and thus timed his down tilt accordingly.
Yep.
And Mexican took advantage of that by just air dodging up.
Exactly. When you have a less than stellar recovery, you learn how to utilize the full potential of these mix-ups, right?
Absolutely. All right, Nair back air.
Back air.
I was saying, people make so much about Nair up air that they forget how great of a confirm that Nair back air is.
Exactly.
And how reliable it is, because I think it's true at more percents than Nair up air. Like, because you can get Nair Bear at like low percents, mid percents, and high percents,
Yes.
and it does completely different things at all of them.
Reliable stuff.
Yeah, like
But I'll say that, like, I definitely respect how Mage kind of kept his head in the game after the SD. He kept that pretty close.
yeah, absolutely.
And that's a good sign if you're in a best of 5 set, you know?
Yeah,
You
but
wanna
of
have
course,
that composure.
you can't make that kind of a mistake against a player like Mexican,
Not
who
truly.
can 100% just take it. And a character like Ike, who can punish you so hard for it, with, you know, getting hit by the wrong part of neutral air.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you missed it earlier, but Mexican just attempted to end QWERTY with Nair Dare. Like, which is a thing, by the way. I should know. I got hit by that from Mexican once in a bracket.
Yeah. That's the fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Less than fancy though. Down throw bear from Palu.
Yeah, pretty fancy.
Yeah. Back throw. Mage in the corner. Great corner pressure coming out from him. Dash tech out of there.
The dash attack, that burst option.
I was gonna say, like, Ike and Palu are almost kind of these weird parallel versions of each other. Great nair, great dash attack. Up smash to catch poor recoveries. Like, situational forward smash.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and up air that kills.
They're fundies. Oh,
Yeah.
and the dash attack coming out again for Mexican. Such a great way to catch people off guard. Really nice stuff.
Yeah, apparently there's a pretty big res bracket set over there. I don't think I've given an update. After this set, I may give a res bracket update to sort of explain where the state of it is right now.
Certainly.
Yeah, we always want to check in on all of our great players there. That's where the previous co-commentator, KRDP, is right now playing. Yeah.
Okay, the nair attacks.
Yeah, nair. Yeah, that was a quick 26 for Mage. All right, side B coming out, no nair.
Yeah, the quick draw is trying to, you know, Mexican's trying to find some use for that matchup, kind of catching Mage off guard with these as like a quick burst option, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of interesting applications for that move that players have been using.
Yeah, not to mention that compared to some of Ike's other stuff, it can be deceptively very difficult to punish. Considering, you know, for one thing, the kind of awkward place of the hitbox, and for another thing, just, you know, the positioning of Ike just changes so much about how much you can actually, like, interact with it.
Yeah.
You know, there's the classic Ike thing of just zooming across the stage with quick draw, and you're like, well, there goes all my ability to, you know, punish it.
You have to, it's about intercepting it,
Yeah,
right?
also I think you can ledge cancel too.
Exactly.
Which is insane. All right.
Yep.
Great wait on the quick draw.
Exactly. Waiting until the last moment, you know, sometimes what you gotta do. Up tilt on the roll. Good recognition from Mexican.
Dash attack coming out.
Because a lot of these moves were like, they're most threatening when you don't use them that often, right? And up tilt moves like dash attack are so good for that, right? Dash attack especially because it just catches you, like, you know, dashing away or like landing when you're not suspecting, you don't expect to get punished, you know? And I think that
up throw.
Yeah.
Bear. Yep.
Mexican is so good at recognizing these situations. And
Oh, tries to get IDJ. Bear does not. Oh, he didn't believe in the up air.
Yep. But you know, just caught him on the way down.
Right forward. And back air.
When you have all the money in the bank, you know, 2 stocks, might as well go for it.
Yeah, Mexican takes a second game over Mage. I'd say that at some point the train just really came off the tracks for Mage at the end there.
Exactly.
Like, just Mexican got momentum and just straight through. Like, the literal, you know... I was about to make a Path of Radiance reference, and then I completely forgot what the opposing army in that game is.
Oh, it's just like Fire Emblem Army number 20 billion. Generic Fire Emblem Dark Army.
Oh, Dane. It's Dane.
The Danes of,
I knew Ike was a Crimean fighter, but I forgot the opponent was Dane. Oh.
It's the Danes of Deutschland. It's the enemy of all wars.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a Mythra coming out. I'd love to see it. I think Mythra is definitely a good investment, right? Moving forward in Smash Ultimate in year 4, right? Want a character that has all these options, all these ways of dealing with really common matchups.
Yeah. The million-dollar question is Mage familiar enough with this matchup in particular?
Exactly.
Because that's always the...
Got the jump.
Yeah. I would say that, like, that off-stage forward air is going to become huge for Mexican. Because Aegis' recovery, you know, while not, like, as bad as a lot of people make it out to be, it's still very exploitable at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Because, you know, you either have kind of an okay vertical recovery and a horizontal recovery, or a very good vertical recovery and no horizontal recovery at any given moment in time.
Exactly. And players who really know how to deal with that tool are going to make the matchup much more difficult.
All right.
That's still coming out.
I'll say this is this is where Mexican really uses it to his advantage because Ike can go a lot deeper than Aegis can.
Exactly.
Like, even though Ike's recovery is so, like, linear, you know, straight that way, he can still just he can at least make it back.
Exactly. Okay.
All right, up B. Gets it on the platform. Mythra at 109. Ike threatening corner, tries to get an up tilt.
Trying to create a plan for landing here.
Oh no. And that dash attack so strong. One of the strongest ones in the game.
You know, if you can get some momentum with Mythra, get a good read with Pyra, it's definitely possible to bring it all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
But Mexican looking for this kill right now.
I mean, one of the big things in this matchup is that Mythra is very good at catching Ike landings, but Mexican has been able to land for free for most of it.
Okay, Rage Mythra. Rage Pyra.
Yeah, Rage Pyra. No longer.
No
Pyra
longer.
loses all that rage.
The up smack.
Uh,
Oh, dash attack.
Oh, I say, hey, that Mythra forward smash doesn't extend as high as you think.
What in the
Yeah.
back throw F smash?
Yeah,
That was goofy. I like that though. Great recognition there. You know, knowing Mexican wasn't gonna pull the trigger on the defensive option and just let it rip, man.
Yeah, it's a very weird confirm too, because I think it only works on certain characters at like an extremely narrow window of percent.
Yeah, might as well go for it. Okay. Got some, definitely got a lead for the, like, what feels like the first time in the set.
Yeah. I would say Mexican, I think, is just trying to adjust to the fact that Mage is playing something completely different, and that's dead.
That was so clean.
Mexican,
Wow.
you know, immediately silencing any doubts I had of him,
That was
as
really,
he normally does.
really, really clean.
Yeah. And easily taking that set with a defiant 3-0 over Mage. Mexican will be awaiting the winner of QWERTY